Hey, how you doing? This is SEIJIHITO here to bring you some entertainment news, and as the title has stated, you have Nicki Minaj fans that are mad at Deon Cole and more, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to listen. I'm going to replay the segment from Deon Cole and when he was at the NAACP Image Awards, and then, depending on what takes place, we're going to potentially answer some of the comments in the comment section. But if not, we're then going to continue directly on to some of the videos directly on TikTok, along with some of the variety of comments that people decided to leave in Dion Cole's DMs. So let's take a listen.
Come on, y'all got to pray with me, all right? Bow our heads. Let's go. Lord, I want you to bless our sister Tiana Taylor, Lord. Keep her single and away from 6'3" green-eyed men with muscles, Lord. Give the average man a chance with her, Lord. Give the average woman a chance with her as well, Lord. Lord, I want you to bless our brother 50 Cent, Lord. Damn it. But that pettiness be getting our day going by fast at work, don't it? You know what, Lord? Bless him with some more petty ideas, Lord. That'll help us at work, Lord, definitely. Lord, we want you to bless our sister Nicki Minaj, Lord, yes. She's been going through a lot lately, Lord, and hasn't been herself, Lord. I believe whatever's in her is affecting her brain, Lord. Take it out, Lord. We bind that spirit in her, Lord. And oh yeah, Lord, before we go, Lord, if there are any white men out here in the audience, Lord, with Tourette's, I advise you to tell them they better read the room tonight, Lord. It might not go the way they think of it. Whatever medicine they on, they better double up on it, Lord. All these things we ask in Jesus' name, I pray. Let the church say.
Right, so we heard that, right? And for me, that was funny. Now, shout out to Bushido, shout out to Pink, shout out to DC, shout out to Jay Allen, right? So we all heard that, right? So the main things that he spoke directly on, he gave a prayer, right? And he joked about Tiana Taylor, who is a black woman who was married to a black man and they got a divorce, right? So he's taking a joke, he's taking a jab directly at her relationship and what specifically happened there. Not really, diving too deep and touching directly on it, but everybody knows, the whole story, revolving around that, right? And they showed Tiana Taylor, she was sitting up there laughing. She didn't take no offense. You didn't see her fans coming out of nowhere trying to sit up there and say, like, oh, here's a black man trying to do this, that, and the third, right? It was all completely cool. Everybody laughing. Next, he decided to, make a slight jab at 50, basically calling him petty, which 50 said is petty, the king of petty when it deals with the internet. And he was basically saying, like, yo, do some more petty stuff so, it can make our lives easier at work. Since he is a comedian, he can feed directly off of that. And then he went and talked about Nicki Minaj. And the craziest part is that there's a few things. Number one, I think I placed a video for you guys before a while back where Nicki Minaj was on stage at one of her concerts and she was going in on Trump's wife, Melania, calling her all types of things, right? On stage, mind you. And then all of a sudden, here comes 2025 to 2026. You see her at the UN giving some type of speech. You see her with Erica Kirk, and then you see her directly talking to Trump. And I'm like, how did we even get here? How do we even get here? Like, first you were supposedly a Democrat, and then all of a sudden you became a Republican. None of the Nicki Minaj fans even cared. They're still, going to bat for Nicki Minaj, right? No matter who she sides with. So then Deon Cole decides that he wants to make this joke about Nicki Minaj, and there's been a plethora of jokes over the years about the surgeries and different things of that nature. And even Nicki Minaj herself has made raps directly about her backside before. But I guess it's a little bit different because a comedian wants to poke fun at it and then link that to the reason why it is that she is now a staunch conservative. So for whatever reason, Nicki Minaj fans wanted to overlook all the other jokes, including the Tourette's joke. All the other jokes didn't matter. It's just specifically the whole thing dealing with Nicki Minaj. And then a lot of these fans, who are a variety of different colors and different sexualities out there, wanting to leave very disrespectful and threats, directly in a comedian's DMs, right? So before we get directly into those comments, we're going to look directly at some of the videos from a lot of these folks, and I look
Yeah.
directly at this woman here, and she looks like she's from somewhere in the sea. She looks like she is from the islands. So I'm not really too shocked that she decided that she wanted to get on line and state that she hates Deon Cole. And I'm like, how could you hate somebody you never met, you don't have any feelings for, or like I said, people are just weird, right? Shout out to Brandon World. He said that this man has come back to town. What is good, people? What is good? Said you nothing much. Sitting up here doing this, nifty little live stream, going over this and some more stuff towards the end. Hunter said win. Brandon V. World said who's offended? Nicki Minaj fans. Sham said, yo, what's up, Sham? She said Nicki Minaj is such a trash entertainer. DC said them fake people from the British Awards or whatever, the BAFTAs. Erica said no, she lost 10 million followers. I mean, she still got a crap ton of followers directly out there. And again, that was also I do get what you're saying that she lost followers. I think that was like IG, but these celebrities, they're everywhere, so they got fan bases on a variety of different websites. When you add all of this stuff directly up, so that 10 that she might have lost there, that was just on one platform. Those same people are still fans of her on other sites. Like that's how slick a lot of people want to be. But again, I get what you're saying. DC Precise said them fake. Oh yeah, we got them. Yeah. Erica said no, she lost 10 million followers. Dark Horse said she figures supporting Trump will make up for her lost followers. I mean, that's a fair point. Sham also said that she kept her hood rat. Wait, what'd you say? You said she kept her hood rats that like her. If you like her, I question your ability to actually have good music. So now let's get into some of this commentary from folks who now all of a sudden hate Deon Cole, even though they said that they don't know who Deon Cole is and he's not even a famous person. So let's take a listen.
Cole doesn't understand that he needs to stand behind his jokes, because when he did the NAACP monologue, there were so many people in attendance that he could have made jokes on, but he decided to make jokes about Nicki Minaj, and we all know that Nicki Minaj has a cult following that any celebrity would dream about having. So making jokes about her, it was going to be some backlash. But posting those DMs on your Instagram, it's like you're looking for sympathy now, and you have to understand, as a comedian, stand behind your jokes. People won't always like what you have to say, and Nicki Minaj is kind of low-hanging fruit, so you should have understood that your analytics was going to go crazy and people were going to start saying bad things about you, but you should have been ready for it. So it's like, what are you looking for? Sympathy? I mean, I do have my sympathy wig on, so.
When it comes to Nicki Minaj, I really feel like y'all don't want to cancel her. Which, by the way, you can't cancel Nicki Minaj. I don't think y'all know that already, but Nicki Minaj cannot be canceled, okay? Y'all tried it several times, year after year, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But that's besides the point. I wanna know, why is it that every chance y'all get, y'all have to bring her up? Like, Black History Month, first off, Deon Cole had no reason, like, unhinged. Why would you say those things about another Black woman? That just lets me know that everything that y'all stand for is performative. It's all fake. Y'all don't care about supporting your own. You don't care about the community, the culture, whatever. It's all fake. And I said this before, all these celebrities are being paid. Like, we saw Trevor Noah at the Grammys. Again, unhinged. What was the purpose of the Nicki Minaj joke? Like, why are we... We've seen celebrities get canceled in the past. Mind you, Diddy's in jail for committing the most heinous crimes. Like, It's not even alleged. There's actual factual evidence about what he was doing, but we're not making Diddy jokes. They're not crucifying Diddy on stage every chance.
So let me just say this. I maybe this person here, because the lights are too blaring and it's too much of everything going on here. Maybe they did not specifically pay attention to a lot of the comedians that made Diddy jokes during last year, 2025. I remember there was a lot of people making jokes. There were people making jokes about a field of different celebrities directly out there. But for whatever reason, a lot of these folks who are Nicki Minaj fans don't pay attention to any of that stuff because it has nothing to do with their god. Basically, Nicki Minaj in their eyes is a god, right? So because nobody is specifically mentioning Nicki, they don't care. But the moment in time that people decide to say just one thing, here they come. Here they come. They just want to start making videos. They want to start saying this. They want to start saying that. They want to start doing the tiny violin, woe is me, and all this other type of stuff. But also at the same time, you're idolizing a celebrity while also saying a lot of these folks they're religious, right? So in a sense, you're trying to serve two gods, right? But also at the same time, Nicki Minaj is not going to care if you die right now. Whatever your funeral cost is, she ain't gonna be there. Hospital bills, she ain't gonna be there. Your family needs support because you're no longer existing. She's not going to be there. Your kids now need somebody to raise them because you're no longer here. She ain't going to be there. Like I said, it's a lot of weird type of behavior. These are the same folks that would, defend a celebrity, their god, before they would defend their family or their kids or even their own relationship. Weird behavior. But let's continue.
They get. But Nicki Minaj is always the topic of discussion, no matter what the setting is. And one thing I do not understand is at this moment in time where Nicki Minaj is being ridiculed constantly, you would think the other girls in the industry would step up and at least do something. Like, this is your chance to take the spotlight. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, where's Meg Thee Stallion? Who knows? Fucking Doja Cat dropped. It flopped. No shade. 11 Faces is on tour and nobody's covering it. Nobody cares. No one gives a fuck because these girls deep down do not add any value to hip hop and rap. I'm sorry. These girls, the industry does not give a fuck about them. The majority of them were brought in for the same reason, and it was to take down Nicki Minaj, and none of them could succeed. I'm sorry. Like, where's Doechii? She won a Grammy. What is she doing? She was on tour.
Wait, somebody said that where you go? You said Deon Cole isn't funny, period, plain and simple. I mean, comedy is subjective. But again, there's either two categories this falls directly in, right? Let me just showcase this. You either think Deon Cole isn't funny because he made a joke about Nicki Minaj, or you're on the other end of the spectrum, literally, where you're offended because Deon Cole made a joke about somebody with Tourette's, who again is a racist, and you feel that the racist deserves some type of grace because of what it is that they're going directly through, and people need to understand that. There's either one of the two ways that this basically goes, because the craziest part is I've seen Deon Cole and a lot of folks, it's like, Deon Cole ain't funny, da 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 da. Y'all just got here. Like I said, Deon Cole has what was it? I was about to say Comedy Vine, but I can't think of the name of the TV show, and it's going to kill me at this moment in time. But Deon Cole has been doing, I want to say, since what, like late 20s, and he was on television doing this. Right, that was back during again within the same time frame as people were still going to like the Apollo, showcasing like their talents and whatnot or whatever. So I'm not too shocked, that people are pulling up to the scene now, wanting to magically say that this comedian they never heard of or knew anything about isn't funny. I'm not too surprised. I'm not too surprised. Not too surprised. Erica said Nicki can be canceled. She burned bridges with the industry. Nobody is looking to make deals with her. Yeah. And that's the other thing as well, too. But this is the other thing that I want to say as well, too, because you've had some people that wanted to come out. They'll be like, oh, but Nicki Minaj, she's out here. People are just mad because Nicki Minaj is coming out and she's telling the truth about the industry. Telling the truth about what? The fact of the matter is that she's been in and within the industry and around the industry for the longest time possible. Did people forget that she started off with Young Money, with Lil Wayne, Birdman, and Drake? And then there was some things going on with Birdman and Drake. I mean, Birdman and Lil Wayne. And then later on, people wanted to, do the whole thing. What was it? Kendrick versus Drake. They Not Like Us. And everybody was singing that whole song. But there's umpteen photos and videos and songs where Nicki Minaj was directly with Drake, and people are associating Drake with, being with minors. Seems a little bit problematic, don't you think? Seems a little bit interesting how, people all of a sudden want to start talking about the industry, but they didn't want to talk about it when they were just brand new, when they were amongst all of these other folks. But magically, people want to champion Nicki Minaj now as if she's the greatest truth teller. But it's like, in order for you to tell the truth about something, you've had to be within it in order to give out this information. You've had to be amongst it. You had to, dare I say, be a part of it. This is just like how you got all of these Freemasons and these Satanists that are part of these different cults. They want to come out and start telling information now. How do you think that they were able to tell this information? Because they took part in a lot of the stuff that they were talking about. They were around a lot of the stuff that they talked about. But, like I said, because Nicki Minaj is a guy, a lot of these folks, they're not going to question, any of that stuff. Right? What was it? Somebody said, Truth Teller said, neither is Deon Cole, even though you repeat the same thing again. Another person says she is not black. Yeah, she is immigrant. Sham said, I was about to give him a permanent shadow, a perma shadow realm ban. Let me see. John Marston. Somebody's I was about to say Left 4 Dead, Red Dead Redemption fan. He said, hey, bro, you walked in the hood with him. Oh, talking about doing a video. Let me see. Shem said, okay, replying back. Third Eye said, I have issues with Deon Cole from years ago. He said some random stuff about black people being deleted by police on his IG. DC Precise said, Lord, the foolishness already shadow realm is calling. Pink said Deon was in Blackish. Bree said, what am I looking at on the screen? Sham said, yeah, Nicki Minaj is literally putting herself out there in the music. She shifted music to something real talented work, hard for it not to be. She did that to make money. She didn't give a care about anyone but herself. Also said that her music ruined a lot of girls' lives following it. True. Pink said it's funny how this guy named a bunch of industry plants. That is true as well. But let's continue.
I didn't even know she was on tour until like the tour was almost done. Like literally, I have not seen that covered anywhere. The girls are flopping, but this is their chance because the person that they were trying to take out, attempting to take out, is currently under fire constantly, but none of them is charting. None of them are on the charts. Like, why? I don't understand.
Deon Cole, I hope you get everything that's coming for you. To degrade a black woman like that, like y'all keep having Nicki name in y'all mouth. We see who don't have the motion. We see. Then Haley, Harley, whatever your name is, baby. You don't need to be laughing at nobody. For real. I don't find nothing funny.
So let me go back real quick. So it seems as though Haley will be considered a single mother, correct? This woman here, because I clearly heard a child in the background say mommy, she is also a single mother. So this is a black woman attacking another black woman over another black woman. How does that even make sense? What timeline am I even? This don't even make any type of sense. Don't even make any type of sense. Like I'm high. Highly confused. And again, looking directly at the history of this whole situation and who it is that Nicki Minaj has decided to defend, meaning men, is very questionable. Because normally if you had men out here defending other men that were doing very horrible and egregious things, people would question the type of man that is. But if it's a woman deciding that she wants to stand by these individuals, no matter what it is that they've done or been accused of, it's a-okay. Nobody's going to question it. It's completely fine and dandy. All right. That's wild. That is wild. A single mother coming out, another single mother. And also at the end of the day, that this woman here, she's broke. And she's sitting up here saying that Haley, you have no reason. Like I said, I got my problems with Haley because of the whole thing that she decided to do and all of that. Again, I did videos about that and talked about it. But this right here don't even make any type of sense. This don't even make any type of sense. Like, again, you're trying to come at you're defending a celebrity by trying to come at another celebrity as if you're about to actually do something. Come on, brother. Come on.
We see who don't have the motion. We see. Then Haley, Harley, whatever your name is, baby. You don't need to be laughing at nobody. For real. I don't find nothing funny.
So guys, Deon Cole is now receiving huge amounts of backlash after comments he made about Nicki Minaj at the NAACP Awards. Now, I don't know who dug this up, but they ended up finding out that Deon Cole is friends with Diddy.
So this is what I was waiting for right here. Now, see how easy he was able to do that, right? See how he decided that he wanted to pull up these pictures with Diddy. And again, this is not me defending nobody. I want to make that very clear. But I'm just simply stating, let me just do the exact same thing that he did here, right? Look at all of these pictures, guys. Look at all of these pictures throughout the years of, I had to minimize it so y'all can see it, but look at all of these pictures throughout the years of Nicki Minaj and Diddy. That's a little bit weird. Why would a person who is God tier, such as Nicki Minaj, why would she be in so many pictures with Diddy? Now, again, that guy, he wanted to put one picture of Deon Cole and say that, hey, Deon Cole is obviously an associate, trying to allude to, oh, obviously he was at if he's here in a picture with Diddy, he obviously went to the parties. He's obviously in on the whole thing too, and da-da-da-da. So what does this mean? And this is all throughout the years. This ain't just a one-time type of deal. This is all throughout the years, throughout Nicki Minaj's career, where she is in variety of pictures, even with one of Diddy's sons. Brother, huh? But you don't want to bring that up though, right? I guess people are going to write it away and they're going to be like, you know what? The reason why Nicki Minaj was in these pictures was, you know, she was young during the time. She just got into the industry. She didn't want to ruffle no feathers, and she didn't want to end her career before it started. And you know, well, how things go for you know, black women in the industry, and this, that, and the third, and all this. It's going to be all of these excuses on why it is that she could take pictures with Diddy. But then if Deon Cole is seen at some event with a picture with Diddy, automatically he's in on the whole thing, and he needs to be brought up on charges. Oh, that's wild. That is wild. Like I said, people are real selective on information, real selective. But let's continue.
People are making tweets and saying, why are black celebrities getting dragged at the NAACP Awards? Isn't that supposed to be a space for uplifting black voices? Or people said, y'all don't have to like Nicki or her politics, but stuff like this is beyond lame. In no way should she be crucified when y'all let abusers and misogynists get away scot-free. To be real, both points are valid. We should not be at the NAACP Awards tearing down black people when it's an award show made to uplift black people. We also need to stop turning a blind eye to the actual abusers in our community. Jay-Z, Diddy, they should have been getting tore up at these award shows.
Hold on.
These are the celebrities.
So let me just say this, right? This is a dude of the let me just pull him back on the screen real quick. So you got this dude that's of the community. The amount of videos that I've seen within a 10-year time span, and I'm just going to mention the 10 years, the amount of videos that I've seen and also have of guys like this swinging directly on black women is insane. Jumping black women, insane. Starting fights with black women, insane. But they don't want to talk about that though, because they always want to talk about like, oh, we need to really, talk about the real, abusers and this, that, and the third, and all this other type of stuff when it deals with the black community. Okay, cool, fine. That's cool. But let's just make sure that you don't just try to make it seem like, it's only we're just going to talk about the heterosexual men. Let's not try to make it, the heterosexual men in the black community, they're the most dangerous ones directly out here. You're still a man at the end of the day, buddy. I don't care which way you swing. I don't care how you want to sit up there and put your hair and what type of stuff you want to put on your face. At the end of the day, no matter how light you make your voice, you are still a man. And I've seen tons of videos out here, even on X, where y'all be swinging, beating directly on women, hitting them with bottles, doing all of this stuff. But you think that you're not a part of the same demographic of which that you want to highlight at this moment in time? And then on top of that, it's crazy to me knowing the fact that you got black women out here that want to agree with this, but they don't want to call out the men within the community that they call their best friends that be sitting up there doing all this stuff. That's why, like I said, people are real selective. People are real selective on the type of stuff that they want to sit up there and let slide. But let's go over this celebrity list that he got, right?
We also need to stop turning a blind eye to the actual abusers in our community. Jay-Z, Diddy, they should have been getting tore up at these award shows. These are the celebrities who publicly support Trump. Cristiano Ronaldo, Kanye West, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Azalea Banks, Roman Reigns, Dr. Phil, Sydney Sweeney, Kid Rock, Mike Tyson, Anua W.A., Billy Ray Cyrus, Lil Wayne, Sexy Red, Fabio Foreign. NBA Youngboy is not on here, but he Cyrus, Lil Wayne.
So didn't he just say that we shouldn't be trying to tear down black folks? But yeah, you listed Kanye. People went in on Kanye for years. A lot of people in the black community went in on Kanye, right? Done. 50 Cent. People tried to go in on 50 Cent, but 50 Cent is 50 Cent, so they're not going to win. Done. People went in on Snoop Dogg. Done. Azalea Banks. People have been going in on Azalea Banks beyond the whole Trump thing for like over 10 years. Done. Roman Reigns. Nobody cares. He's Samoan. He is Hawaiian. That has nothing to do with black folks. Dr. Phil. Nobody cares unless you want to sit up there and list the fact that the only reason that Dr. Phil actually has a career and exists and is popular is because of Oprah. So if you want to try to swing that, then I guess. Done. Sydney Sweeney, don't nobody care. She had a commercial that set up there and said great jeans. Okay. Done. Kid Rock. It's Kid Rock. Nobody cares. Mike Tyson. Are you going to fight him? Would you so what if Mike Tyson is a Trump supporter? Now what? Are you going to go to Mike Tyson's face and say anything? I promise you, this dude, he's not going to say any. If he were to pass by Mike Tyson, he's not going to utter a word. Mike Tyson used to beat up cars just because he was angry. He had pet tigers that never ever tried to snarl or even bite him. That lets you know what type of person Mike Tyson is. If animals don't even want to attack him, you don't mess with him. So done. Who is it? Anula? I don't even know who. Done. Billy Ray Cyrus. Ain't nobody been talking about Billy Ray Cyrus since Old Town Road. Done. Lil Wayne. Don't nobody care. Done. Sexy Red. So now Sexy Red is a problem. Now, but isn't Nicki Minaj? She's right up there with Sexy Red. Like, well, I'm a little bit confused. I'm highly confused. I'm a little bit confused about this. Fabio. I don't even know who that is. And then he said NBA Youngboy. Don't nobody care. Like what? Like I'm highly. This is just. But I guess anything to try to make sense of it. I guess. I guess anything to make sense of it. It's crazy. Diabolical. Well, let's continue.
Sexy Red, Fabio Foreign. NBA Youngboy is not on here, but he supports Trump as well. My whole thing is, I know that a lot of us don't agree with Nicki Minaj's political view, but to get onto social media and consistently crucify her as if she's the only person who's out here supporting Trump is absolutely beyond me. So you guys let me know what y'all thinking in the comments. Is it giving very much so picky and choosy?
So here we go again. We got another whack-ass comedian talking about Nicki. Like, bruh, what is the issue? Like, I understand you may not like her politics. Understand. But I don't understand why we keep bringing up her in rooms that she's not even in. That lady is at home minding her business. She not talking about none of y'all. But y'all forever keep her name in your mouth. But I guess because
Whoa. We're not going to pull up to the scene. Well, for me, I'm sorry. Maybe everybody's taste is different. Sydney Sweeney is not attractive. The only thing that I guess can help her out is the fact that she has a chest. That is it. Sydney Sweeney has a basic face. She has a basic white girl face. Like I said, if people want to sit up there and consider that like a 9 or a 10, hey, it's whatever it is. But yeah, no. Because I'm looking at somebody who said that she just so happened to be attractive. She is not. I need people to sit up there and stop, hyping up basic looking women. Again, Sydney Sweeney she's just basic. She's just basic, and people like for the fact that she has a large chest, and they've been able to, I guess, potentially see that, in movies and different stuff of that nature, which then gives more appeal and attraction directly to them because they've technically seen her semi nude, naked, whatever you want to sit up there and call. I guess.
you need some traction, Deon Cole, or you need some movement, Deon Cole, of course you got to keep somebody that's more relevant, more excitable, more popping than you. So of course you have to keep her name in your mouth. Let me tell you, one of my favorite lines that Nicki ever said was, "They keep hating, but they still watching. They watch everything she do." Now, of all the things that you could have talked about while you was up there, you didn't. All these Epstein files still out here.
Hold on, I'm a little bit confused, right? Um, all of a sudden, like I said, all of a sudden, like somebody like him, I promise you, he was nowhere into conspiracy or conspiracy theories. He didn't care nothing about this. He didn't care about this up until everybody made it a big deal and mainstream media brought it up. Stuff dealing with those files, Epstein files, it's been going on for a very long time. It has been mentioned for a very long time. Even before it was mentioned, people were already telling people what celebrities have been doing directly out here. And I promise you, somebody like him did not care. Why? Because he's a Nicki Minaj fan. Because if it don't have nothing to do with Nicki Minaj, they're not going to sit up there and care. It is not within their realm. It is not within the sense of them of actually looking directly into and trying to figure out details. But I promise you, if at any moment in time Nicki Minaj started reading anything about the Epstein files, all of a sudden, magically, all of these people care about the kids. They care about the world. They care about the satanic occult and all this other type of stuff that normally they are not talking about every single day. They're not talking about their jobs, telegrams, group chats, the DMs, whatever it is. Because trust me, I done looked on quite a few of these fans pages, and they're not talking about none of the stuff that they're talking about in this video. Crazy work though, but
All this other shit going on, but Nicki is always at the top of the list, the hot topic. Y'all niggas be so bored. You gotta be. Like I said, another cornball comedian who cannot keep the queen of rap's name out their mouth. Nicki Minaj is literally an obsession. Woo.
So I'm a little bit confused. Like every single time I hear these folks talk, they're talking as if people are obsessed about them. And it's like I'm starting to think that this is like a cult type thing where a lot of these folks believe that in a sense that they are her and they're not. As if every single time it starts to make sense why it is that every single time that anybody happens to mention or say anything about Nicki Minaj, that they want to automatically get offended and they want to start going online and rah 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 and they want to start hollering and fighting tooth and nail, because a lot of them are living through her, which doesn't again make any type of sense. But let's listen to the queen of rap with Trump. And I could have sworn over the years, people have said a variety of things about Trump, even before he got into the presidency. But, you know, we're going to overlook that, right? And people's alignment. And nobody's going to question why it is that Nicki Minaj decided to align at this moment in time. Out of all of the presidents that she could have stood up for and spoke for, out of all of the times, this is the main time that she decided she wanted to pull up to the scene. I also want to note and want to have people remember that Trump has pardoned quite a few black celebrities, got them directly out of, you know, whatever jail or prison sentences that they basically have, gave them a presidential pardon or whatnot or whatever. So again, this is why you have a lot of these black celebrities that are on Team Trump. Like I said, at least with the black guys, you know exactly why it is. It's like, all right, he did a favor for them. They're going to sit up there and do a favor back for support. You know exactly what it is. With her, it's a question why. She's not in jail. She's not in prison. She's not really, in a sense, dealing with any. Well, actually, no. There's a lot of things in the wind, quote unquote, that are being dealt with or highly questionable things. But anyways, let's listen to what the female god of rap has to say about Trump and the Trump administration.
Hello. Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen.
So there you go. So for me, the way I look at it is if the Nicki Minaj fans are willing to literally lay their lives down in order to defend Nicki Minaj, that also means too that they are willing to change their public allegiance. So a lot of them should be swapping from Democrat over to Republican. If you really love your God so much, you would swap to whatever affiliation that they go directly into. Because whatever you believe as a person doesn't matter. It's whatever your God is doing. And again, I'm saying it like that because that's exactly how these folks online are treating Nicki Minaj. They're treating her as if she is a god. Crazy work. So now it gets even crazier when you have to take a look at the comments that Nicki Minaj fans were leaving. So this one fan basically wrote to Deon Cole in his DMs, said, at Deon Cole, that's why your fat expletive, black Eminem built mom. I'm not, again, I think some people need to go through school. Built mom, but built mom dead expletive. God was giving her grace because she should have blanked, well, expletive, when she was giving birth to you. Out of her stank expletive, dry expletive, raccoon expletive, expletive. So Deon Cole, I didn't know that his mother had passed. My condolences. Nicki Minaj fans decided that they wanted to go online and they wanted to find some stuff out about Deon Cole. And because he's a celebrity tends to, put their information directly out there. And they wanted to start going in on Deon Cole's mom, who was a black woman. And I'm like, that's a little bit weird. I'm like, so from one aspect, the dude is a comedian. He made a joke. And everybody knows that Nicki Minaj had surgery. That's not the butt that she was automatically born with, because you can look back at very earlier pictures when she was first starting her career. She did not look like that, right? So again, poking, fun directly at that. Just like people have poked fun directly at Cardi B. Even Cardi B has poked fun directly at the way her body looks and all this other type of stuff. But she's like, I don't care. Right? So we have a comedian who gets paid to tell jokes versus ordinary quote unquote broke people who want to get offended for a celebrity that's not their family member, that's not their significant other, that's not even their child. And you want to start talking about somebody's deceased mother. Wow. Wow. That's wild. That's wild. Next one we got from this person. Let me see if I can move this up. All right. Next person stated that, wow, knowing mocking a man with a neurological disability, yeah, you deserve to be called the N-word. So this is David Summers, who decided that he wanted to leave Deon Cole a message stating that he is a racial slur because he wanted to make light of a situation. See, and this is why I be talking about with white people. This is why I be having a problem with y'all, because it's crazy how you can clearly hear one of your folks being racist, but then you'll ignore that and you'll be like, oh, this person, they deserve so much grace. They go through so many things. They got this neurological problem. You know how difficult their life is. It's like, it's crazy. Y'all make all the excuses in the world for somebody to be racist as long as they're white. And then you think that will give you the justification to call somebody a racial slur. Deon Cole didn't sit up there and call nobody a racial slur. He didn't call white people a racial slur on stage. He was like, if there's any white folks here or any white men that are here at the NAACP Image Awards and you got Tourette's, double up on your medication. That's what he said, because what happened in the BAFTAs is not going to happen here. And that was funny. Like I said, you had white men in the crowds laughing. So I'm like, how you, I'm guessing, let me see. Well, I'm guessing that's a white dude because it could be anybody, but how fragile you are, that's crazy. White men in the crowd are sitting up there laughing. They're not laughing out of fear. They're laughing because they're like, oh man, he got this. It's like, it's nothing you can sit up there and say. It's nothing you can say. But yet, this is how you want to pull up, to a black man. Y'all real cute when it deals with like comment sections and DMs. Y'all want to be as racist as all get out. But there are tons of black men out here that you can be racist to, but y'all don't do that. Y'all don't pull up to the scene. Y'all, I'm going to practice my First Amendment and freedom of speech. And I'm going to say whatever it is. Y'all ain't practicing that First Amendment throughout all of these black communities. All of these racist white dudes out here. Y'all ain't going to Chicago. Y'all ain't going to the parts of California. Y'all not going to Atlanta. Y'all not going to Detroit. Y'all not going to none of these places doing stuff like this. Like I said, that's crazy. That's that is wild. That is 100% wild. That's wild. Let me see what else we got. So the next one, another person said, you better get security, LOL. Your improv shows, #Charlie Kirk soon. So you got this Cheyenne Naomi Tucker that decided to, in a sense, give a death threat to Deon Cole and basically said that, hey, if you don't protect yourself, what happened to one person can easily happen to you. That's wild. That's wild. And y'all mad over a joke? Interesting. But I'm pretty sure that y'all have said far worse to your own family, even your kids or your significant others. But magically, a comedian making a joke, a comedian who's a celebrity making a joke towards another celebrity, that's pushing the line. You're going too far. That's some wild work. Wild work. Another person said, you're not an icon, Deon. Your name will die with you. Expletive. Crazy word. Like I said, it's a lot of death threats. It's a lot of insinuations directly out there when it deals with a lot of these folks. And again, a lot of these people would be normally claiming to be religious. Normally. And also I want to note too, a lot of the people that you're seeing me pull up here, they've also made their profiles private. You can only guess and figure out why. Like I said, people are big and bad when they want to make comments towards people, but once they realize that they're going to be highlighted, people want to start going private, or they want to start, scrubbing their social media real quick. But I'm like, why is that? That's a little bit weird. If you're going to stand 10 toes in somebody's comment section, or in somebody's DMs, then everybody should be able to see your profile and see what you're about, right? But like I said, people ain't actually real. What else we got? So this person said, expletive. You quit speaking on the mother, expletive. Queen name, expletive. Notice how nobody even knew who you were until you brought her name up. I hope you and all your family members get touched. In real life, that ought to teach you. Calling all barbs, say goodbye. What's left of your career? Mm. That's wild. Again, death threats saying that all of the barbs, all of the Nicki Minaj fans are going to do something to Deon Cole. And people wonder why they say that Nicki Minaj fans are crazy. This is clear cut why. Why? What would enlist you to do something like this? Like I said, this is cult type of behavior. Like this is 1,000% wild. And again, for a celebrity that don't even know that they exist, I promise you, all of the fans that Nicki Minaj has, she don't even know all of y'all names in real life. Don't even know y'all. Don't know y'all family. Don't know y'all kids. But yet, y'all out here doing this. You won't even defend your actual kids. You won't even defend yourself in your own relationships that you're getting jacked up in. You won't even defend yourself at your actual jobs. You won't even defend yourself against your actual family, but you'll make sure to sit up there and defend a celebrity first. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Another person said, what? Go sucker expletive, go daddy expletive if you have a daddy. I know most black men don't. Why am I surprised? Actually, I can't be surprised. It had to happen in a moment of time that somebody was going to decide to, make some comments about black men. It was going to happen. It was bound to happen like it normally does. Just like within the videos, you had people wanting to turn this into a whole, oh, look at black men attacking black women type of, like I said, it's tiring, dog. It's so tiring. Like I said, the CDC has, stated otherwise when it deals with, black men being in their kids' lives. Like this is just crazy work. 100% crazy work out here. But it'd be like that. And what is this? Tanet, right? And what is it? They mad? It's my fault. It ain't my fault. Whatever. Another person basically stated, you were practically sucking Jay-Z's expletive to get a picture. Did that begging and sucking get you that role in his movie? Question mark. All that expletive kissing for what? Why mention the MF Queen when you could mention how your baby daddy was in those MFing files? Ugly expletive. The craziest part is, in a lot of these instances, these are people that are a part of the LGBT, and then they're trying to throw insinuations out there, word wise, and trying to say that a heterosexual black man is gay. That's wild. That is wild. But like I say, you can't tell people nothing, and that's why I sit up there and tell people I can't really take folks out here serious. I can't really take folks out here serious when they decide that they want to do and say a lot of stuff like this. Crazy work. A lot of these folks can't even spell correctly. They can't even structure a sentence correctly. It is wild. It is wild. Wild. But let's continue. Another person said, keep Nicki out of your mouth before I spit on you. So you're going to physically assault somebody with a biological agent. Nicki Minaj has very disgusting fans out here. There's no other way I can sit up and put it. That very, very disgusting. Like you're going to threaten to spit on somebody. Like I've heard stuff like that from folks in the East Coast. Like let's say like some Philly, New York, other places. Like why? Like I don't even like. Do you understand how disgusting that is? Like you. Let's continue. Another person said, what is this? No neck, stomach, and expletive touching her chest. Ha ha ha. Whatever else they wrote. They said fat expletive, and you got the big jeans from her, basically referring to Deon Cole's mother. Also said that yo mammy, big, fat, and sloppy. Insides spilling all inside the casket. Hell, even her skeleton is probably fat. So you're going to talk about a deceased woman that has nothing to do with the situation. Or this is what I need to happen when things like this happen. I need comedians to start getting at these people's like profiles and start just like grilling their whole family and making a stand-up comedy show about that. That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. Whenever this happens to comedians and people start writing stuff like this, let me tell you, I would pay for a Netflix special. And I don't even normally pay for anything that's on Netflix. I would pay to see a Netflix special of a comedian deciding to go through the Facebooks and the IGs of folks like this who want to pull up to the scene and say everything negative. I want a comedian to just grill their whole family, grill the kids, grill the dead relative, the dog, the ancestors from like the 1880s, like go through the whole family. That they would have more than an hour or 3 hours worth of content just off of that. And I promise you, there will be so many people sitting up there crying. So many people are like, oh, it's not that serious. Why are you talking about this, that, and the third? Do you know my family had to go through? Well, do you understand what Deon Cole had to go through and his mom had to go through? But y'all obviously didn't care about that when it was about him. But now when it's about you, now you want to be a victim. Nah, I miss you with that. Like I said, that for me, that special will make buku bucks. The first comedian to do that, they are going to be rich. I kid you not. They are going to be one of the richest comedians directly out here because they will have endless content because people are going to be stupid. People are still going to sit up there and try fate. Like I said, it'll be beautiful. I would pay top dollar to sit up there. Like I said, all of this stuff that these Nicki Minaj fans saying, like bro, they would sit up there and be crying day and night if Deon Cole or any other comedian started going directly through their social media talking about their kids and their family and their relationships. Woo! Woo! They'd be crying. But we got some more comments. Let me I gotta go get those because I ran out of space earlier. Let me make sure. So we're on that image there. So somebody was just very plain and simple, right? This is what we consider art, or this is posh, right? This person just wrote a simple slur in word. So I'm not sure. It's a toss up. I'm not sure if it's specifically about Nicki Minaj or if it's about Tourette's or if it's both. But this is what the person decided to write simply in Deon Cole's DMs. Next one that we got directly up here. You know, another simple one. They said, "You expletive." Now, I want to note that I blurred this out because it wasn't your regular word. This more so had to do with the gay community, right? A slur, if you will. So that person said, "You expletive. Keep licking Diddy's expletive." So I'm not sure if this person may be straight, bi, or actually gay, but this is what they wanted to use, something that is derogatory or slur towards the gay community. They wanted to use it directly towards a heterosexual male and insinuate that Deon Cole has been with Diddy. I feel like it's a lot of projection whenever I read these comments. I feel like there's a lot of projections as if those people would actually just want to be there to be with Diddy. For me, that's what I'm getting and reading directly from this. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But a lot of people like to put stuff directly out there. Another one that we got. Let me see, make sure we're on the right one. Last but not least, right? We got this. This person said that piece of expletive that is no capable. Wait, what? Am I reading that correct? He said, hold on. Piece of expletive that is not capable of understanding not capable of understanding what a neurologic condition is, but is so accustomed to be and play the victim that he doesn't know how to make humor otherwise. Oh, you're white. Let me, is your name up there? Oh, it's no name up there. Oh yeah, you're white. You said hope that your country, oh, you're white from another country. You said that you hope that your country gets what it deserves, and people like you stop polluting, Lord have mercy, everywhere with their stupidity. Lord have mercy. To call somebody stupid and to just, whoo, all right. I guess we're going to just chalk that up to somebody who just doesn't, that English is obviously not their first language. I guess we got Chat GPT, Cortana. I'm not even sure if she's even still up and running at this moment in time. Like I said, we got all this AI out here, and people don't even use that before they make these comments. That's wild. No type of spell check, nothing. Wow, diabolical. Yo, Tippy, what is up? What is going on? Let me see. When am I seeing that? I think the only person who can pull it off is Cat Williams. Oh yeah, Cat Williams would be funny. Yeah, Cat Williams is funny. Gail said whoever wrote this must be dyslexic. Sonny said that's irrational to insult somebody by accusing them of engaging of activities that you would have enjoyed. Yeah, wild work. Third Eye said, did they have a stroke trying to type that? It was tough trying to even I had to question myself. I'm like, wait a minute, am I misreading this real quick? I'm like, that was crazy. Yo, DC, what is up? You said, brother Seji, spare me with that ish. Fred said, what if Cortana was black? If Cortana was a black character in Halo, Halo would not be as successful because people don't like to support, really stuff that has black characters. Now, some people can sit up to say that Johnson was in there, but again, it took a while for people to actually be like, yo, that's the dude right there. And other than that, it was pretty much Master Chief and everybody else that was, had Mjolnir armor and, all that other type of stuff. But, DC said, I haven't heard anyone mention that Tourette's of the legendary Muhammad Abdul Rauf. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I'm not sure. BC said we have never made fun of that disease. Right. What was it? Fred said, nah, Black Cortana would be lit. No, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be dope. I'm not, trust me. I think they got a black character in StarCraft. I forgot what the character looks like. She's a part of like an alien race. And I'm like, if Cortana had to be something, I feel like she would look like that character there. Right? Somebody might know what I'm talking about if they play StarCraft. I saw her in like a video, whatever. Fred said, also, I'm still not sure if Johnson is black. That's crazy. That dude, that he has to be black. That's pretty much out of all of Halo. That's the only black character that we've even seen on screen. Well, I know that the person that voiced him was black. Whatever. I don't know. But for me, I feel like Kratos is black because he's voiced by 2 black actors. But it'd be like that. Tippy said, playing a victim. How was Deon Cole playing a victim when all I see is white people crying over a small joke? They crying over Scary Movie 6 too. Oh yeah, I will go see Scary Movie 6. That's gonna be funny. A lot of white people ain't gonna like it because they're not gonna understand it, and it's gonna be like that. So I this is why I say I expect variety, just like they did Sinners. I expect variety to come out there and start saying a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, oh, it's dry, it's dab, it's not funny, it lost the ambiance of the first 5 films, and this trust me, it's gonna be like some Ebert and Roper, type of stuff. We give this a thumbs down. I mean, that's if people even remember Ebert and Roper, but whatever. Movie critics. Third Eye said Chris Jackson, who played for the Nuggets. Fred said, look at him closely. He radiates black energy, but if you look closely, he doesn't look black. Sonny said, you need melanin to star anything. Tibby said, when we're the butt of a joke, it's ha ha. But when it's them, They want to pacify it. That's facts. That is 100% facts. So now this is the part that we're going to go directly into the other side, because I did say that we're going to go over that and more. So this was just a random. So I'm just going to preface this by saying that this was a random live stream that I spotted online, and I sat there. And let me just note that when I look at a lot of these streams, let's say on TikTok, there's not really anything getting talked about. A lot of it is stuff that is what I would consider brain rot, right? So the stream, it was a random stream, and it's the same title. I kid you not, if you happen to go on TikTok either right now or especially in between the times of 12 to 7, the main topics that will come up are about men and women. Should broke men date? Should single mothers date? Something men and women and all this other type of stuff, and you just got all these people just, rah arguing, yelling, and all this other type of stuff. So it got to the point in this live stream, out of the amount of time that I spent watching it, that one of the main things that I've talked about before started coming up. So we're going to just listen to it, and yeah. So again, you've been forewarned. This is going to be something touching on the whole gender, whatnot, or whatever. So if you want to clock out, you can clock out and watch some other content or whatnot. But whatever.
I've been like hearing a lot from like both sides, from the men's side, from the women's side. Men said that women should not be able to date because she's a single mom. And women say, hey, you know what? We should date. But I think the underlying issue, right, from what I'm hearing, is that men are not really leaders. If you really think about it. Because what they're saying is that I'm not going to actually own up and become another man's, another child father, because I'm not a leader. That's what I hear. And then on top of that, the other stuff of what I'm hearing is that they want to be able to continue to date, but they feel as though that mom doesn't have a right because she has a child now. She doesn't have a right to continue to date. And you know what? I think they're right. I think that women altogether should stop dating and stop producing black men. You know what? How about let's go extinct?
So let me just preface this by saying the picture on the live stream, and again, this was on a woman's platform. A lot of these conversations, women are on TikTok, and they're the main ones starting this conversation. So because and they are black women. But the craziest part is when you look at the what do you call it? Like the image that I got for you directly on screen, none of it says that it's a black man or a black woman. It just said, should single mothers date? This woman decided to take so much offense directly to it. And after listening to the men who are speaking, she's like, know what? We should sit up there and do something about these black men out here. Huh? How we get how we start getting to race real quick? I'm like, that's wild. I'm like, so are you trying to say as a quote unquote black woman that only black women are single mothers? Because a single mother could be anybody directly out here, but but let's continue.
Right? Because if the very thing that you guys are saying are telling us that we should no longer date, I don't think that we should no longer be able to cohabitate or be able to produce any more of y'all kids. How about that? I think it's a win-win. I think women should stop producing babies and let's just go extinct. Because if y'all feel that her value decreased because she's bringing forth another human into the world, do you know what her body has to go through to bring forth a human being into the world? And you saying that she's a devalued because of that? You know what? Fuck these men. Fuck them. Stop dating them, period. Because they're basically telling you that they don't even deserve to be fucking fathers. So why would you even bring forth their child?
So let's calm down on the cursing.
Okay. They don't deserve to be fathers. Do you know what honor it is to bring forth a child into this world? That is one of the most greatest gifts God has gave humans.
So you heard what she said, right? She was like, "Hey, do you know what a gift it is to be able to bring a child in this world?" Cool, right? I agree with that. But so if it is such a gift, why are the rates of ABs so high? If it is such a gift and God gave women his gift, why are these clinics all over the place? Why are these clinics able to sell the scraps of what they were able to get directly out of your womb to the black marketer or to these medical facilities and make tens of thousands of dollars directly off of it while you stay broke, and then you continue to go and do the exact same thing, which puts you directly with your legs open on that table so that a doctor can again scrape everything out? I'm just a little bit confused. You can't say that it's a gift, but then at the same time you want to abuse that gift 12 different times. Like that just doesn't make any type of sense to me. You saying like do you understand what a woman's body got to go through? Do you understand what a woman's body got to go through when you do that 12 times? When you do that 7 times? When you do that 5 times? That seems a little bit crazy to me. That seems to me is that you don't actually understand the gift. You don't actually love your body the way that you say that you love your body. I don't know. Let me keep going.
Especially a woman. And they're telling you you're devalued. So why not just accept it, ladies? What are you looking for in these men when they tell you these things and you're saying, well, I'm looking for love? Love in a man when he's telling you you're unworthy of love?
So let's just get this straight. The main thing that the guys on the panel were basically stating is that if it is a single guy, he has a preference. It's a single dude that's doing whatever he's supposed to be doing, like a job and everything, take care of himself. He specifically has a preference in wanting to only date women who don't have kids. He should not be forced. He shouldn't be coerced. He shouldn't be shamed into dating a woman who has kids. That's what he's stating. This woman here is like, nah, these men got a problem out here. If you don't want to date a woman that has kids, that means that you're not a leader. Huh? Brother, how do we get that? How how do we get it? So in order for a dude to show that he's a leader, he has to be responsible for somebody else's job. That don't make no type of sense. That makes zero type of sense at all. Like I'm not sure where people like is there some type of like paper on this, like some scientific research? Like somebody let me know something, because that doesn't make any type of sense at all. So that means that a man that is a CEO over a company cannot be a CEO over a company because he's not dating or married to a single mother and taking care of all of her kids. So he's inadequate of actually being a leader because he hasn't properly shown that he can actually lead. Like, Jesus. But again, this is TikTok. This is these are the conversations. It is. I feel like it is deep brain rot. Right. Let's keep going.
He's telling you these men do not love women. They're telling you each and every day how devalued you are for the most precious thing in this world.
I love my women. I don't know where you got that from. I love my women.
If you don't bring forth ladies, if you don't bring forth babies in this world, we wouldn't have a society.
Yeah.
Do you not know the value?
You gotta yell to get a point across. That's really childish.
The woman is so valuable that you're saying that she's devalued because she's bringing forth children.
I've never
That ain't what.
Oh, and also let me just let y'all know this. There's going to be a moment in time that she's going to hype herself up. One of the men that was in the live stream. He was defending women. And this is something, and I kid y'all not, y'all got to go on TikTok and watch some of these streams for yourself in order to witness this. And I keep trying to tell a lot of guys this. Don't be the one up there trying to just like solely defend women and be directly on their side, because they will sit up there and turn on you. This is like the umpteenth live stream that I've seen on there where a guy that was solely defending women was attacked by a woman or women on the panel, and women out there didn't say nothing. They just let that they just let it rock. They just let it happen. And I'm like, so what's the use of even having guys up there that want to sit up there and side with y'all on whatever it is, or whatever it is that y'all want to sit up there and speak on? I'm like, that's crazy to me. It's like them dudes just sitting up there for like lambs to the slaughter, right? So let's get back to it.
What you saying? I've never told a woman that.
Hold on.
What you saying? I never
told birthing male babies. How about that? Stop birthing male babies.
I never told a woman what you said about men.
I never told a woman that. And I'm 44 years old. They don't love you.
Stop birthing male babies.
I never told a woman that. And I was raised by my mom.
Didn't I give y'all a clip of something like that before some years back? And here we are in 2026. Like this is a live stream that I watched about probably like 3 days ago. And you heard what she said. She was like, all right, how about that? How about stop get rid of the male babies? How about stop birthing the male babies? How about stop doing And I'm like, and this is what I be talking about. And I'm listening to the woman's voice. I'm listening to all of her aggression and all this other type of stuff. She has all of this energy for men that she don't know. But yet she didn't have none of this energy for those failed relationships. She didn't have none of that energy for the men that did her wrong, for the men that emotionally abused her and all this other type of stuff. Or if she is a mother, she don't have none of this energy that she's displaying in vocally, which y'all can hear. She don't have none of that energy for the baby father or the baby fathers directly out there. Like I said, that'd be my problem with this whole thing. People have all of this. A lot of folks out here displaced energy, and y'all want to deliver this energy to people who don't have nothing to do with your situation. But you want to let people know that you aggravated and that you mad about something, and you want to push that on to other people. Nah, take that to the dudes that hurt you. Don't bring that online, because now you're going to sit up there and start looking like a fool. You're going to start looking like a clown, and people are going to start clowning you for it. Because none of the men on that panel have nothing to do with her situation and how it is that she feels. She triggered herself. Throughout this conversation, we're about what, like 4 minutes in, she's done nothing but amp herself up and trigger herself. Crazy work. Let's keep going.
She so
raised me, and I've never told a woman that.
How about that? Stop bringing forth male
Why are you
babies
yelling,
in this
ma'am?
world.
Calm down. How can we have a conversation and you're yelling?
Hey man, she hurt, man. She's trying to get it out, man. Just let it go. Just let it land.
I've been raised by my mom, and she raised me to be a good.
Sense. You're sitting up here, yeah, and she should have swallowed you. How about that?
Now I want y'all to understand, the dude, again, he was being respectful. He was like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about, what guys you're talking about, but he was like, I was raised by a single mother, and my mom, she raised me like, this type of way, and I got respect and love for my mom. Again, even amongst all of the stuff that she is directing towards him, he is still making a stance like, yo, I love women. I sit up there and speak directly for women. I defend women and all this other type of stuff. But all she is doing is amping her. She's not even listening. This is what a lot of dudes be talking about. You have a lot of women out here that'll do everything. They'll like yell and scream and all this other type of stuff, be hyper emotional. But when a dude is talking to them directly calm, he's talking to her calm. He's not trying to like yell at her or nothing like that. He's trying to have a cordial conversation. All she is doing is amping herself up and yelling. She's not even listening. She's taking everything that dude is saying in a low tone as him to be aggressive and attacking her. Crazy work. Crazy work. And people wonder why it is that you don't have a lot of dudes out here trying to defend women, because inevitably this is what is going to happen. Stuff like this. Case in point. Let's keep going.
She shouldn't, because you know what? That's the very thing that you said, that your woman doesn't deserve love, because she brings you into the world. That's why.
That's why ain't no man with her.
You sitting up here saying that your mother do not deserve love because she brought you into this world.
Don't take anything
You're damn right.
personally.
You're damn right.
You said my mom said
the way I got stuck up here talking about women.
I've never disrespected a woman. Never.
Oh, yes, you is. You sitting up here, all of y'all motherfuckers getting up here, sitting up here talking all this fucking crazy ass madness.
Well, who
Y'all
hurt
should
you,
be
lady?
ashamed of yourself.
Who hurt
And I
you?
hope
Why
that
she
none
ain't
of
being
y'all
cute?
is
She
a
doing all
fucking
this
father.
cussing.
How
She
about
doing so
that?
much.
Okay, listen. You gotta. I need y'all to stop interrupting people, especially when it's their time to answer the prompt. If you don't want to hear them, send a swan. If you're not sending a swan, please stay on mute. Okay, I'm going to the next new guest. Ken, you can respond to anything you heard and address the prompt.
Hey yo, I had a couple of things to say, man. They kind of threw me off for a loop, man. I had a bunch of stuff, man. My whole frame of thought is like out of there. But anyway, the prompt: claims rebuttal debate live single mom shouldn't date. Single moms can date. They can do whatever they want till they grown. If a man want to date them, hey, so be it. Me personally, I feel like a single mother shouldn't date if she don't have it right as far as like financially taking care of her kids and got it all together, because she shouldn't be out there dating for the wrong intentions on trying to find somebody to provide for her children. And I would never date a woman. I would date a woman who has children, but they have to have a father in their life. If the dude is nowhere around and he a deadbeat, I don't mess with women like that. You kind of get what I'm saying? So it'll just be that situation with me.
I agree with you, brother, on that.
So let me just step in real quick. This is the one main thing, and trust me, I shortened this video. I got several clips, probably about like close to an hour. But the main thing for me that because some of the times I think about, I'm like, yo, I want to get in some of these panels and just like say something ain't nobody else mentioning. This is the main thing I've stated when it deals with like single women that have kids. I ain't talking about women that got like, you know, teenagers that are like 18, 19, they off in college and all this. I'm talking about like young kids. This is the main thing that I've always stated, even when I was younger and I knew of women who had kids. I specifically told them like, yo, you shouldn't be out here as young as you are with a young child trying to date and have your child around those kids, right? Because it's already enough that you are risking your life to go out here and to be around random guys, because everybody always like to bring up statistics, right? So everybody always states that, oh, if you look at the stats, look at the crimes that men basically do, and then look at the crimes that men commit against, you know, women, and yada yada yada. Okay, cool, we'll stay directly there. So if we know what the stats are, why would you, as a mother that has a very young child, want to, number one, risk your life? Then number two, not only risk your life, but you want to risk the life of your child by having your child around a man that you don't even know. You don't know what type of psych evaluation, you know, even looks like when it deals with this guy. You don't even know what his my chart looks like. You don't know if the dude could be an axe murderer. You don't know if he might commit crimes against the child or crimes against you, or maybe even both. You're taking a risk every single time that you decide to do this, because you yourself, you're like, hey, I'm lonely and I deserve love. But I'm like, what about your child? What about the safety of your child? What about managing that child's well-being? Are your feelings of loneliness, does that outweigh the safety and the protection of your child? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And every single time I see these conversations online, I never see people bring that up. People always want to sit up there and say that, oh, men should be talking about this. Y'all don't got no right to speak on this, and y'all trying to devalue women and all this other. But why ain't nobody? Everybody said that they care about the kids, but I don't never see nobody listing the kids when it deals with this conversation. It is very dangerous. Let me just put it very plain and simple. If you are a woman that is a single mother, you got small kids, it is very dangerous for you to go out here and date, because you don't know who you are bringing around your children. I've covered far too many stories on this channel when it deals with things happening to both the woman and the child, or both. But these are the conversations that we're having directly online, and you got women out here just acting completely stupid. Like what's happening? Like, do people not care about their kids? That's all I'm just trying to figure out. But you know, let's keep going.
Yeah, I mean, if the dad is around, that's cool, and he's taking care of his kids, I would date a single mother. But if it's a deadbeat, she got intentions on trying to fit me in to bring a dad into their life, but she also gonna want me to provide for them for a time as well. And I just feel like as a man, those not my children. I can have much love for them kids, but my initial attraction was for that woman. And I understand women could be a package deal. Now, unless she my wife and we get married, then that's a different topic. But as far as
Exactly,
like a
brother.
date
I
period and
agree.
getting to know her, okay, hello, children. You know what I'm saying? All that or whatever. I ain't no petty dude. You know what I'm saying? Kids hungry, kids want to go to Six Flags, you know, whatever little stuff like that. But as far as like investing in kids, especially if I'm a man and I got my own children that I provide for as
Can
well.
I answer a question? Can I answer a question, brother? Can I answer a
No,
question?
you can't. It's a galaxy. Goddamn.
Oh, damn.
So let me just note this as well too. There's probably going to be some cuts directly in here. We're going to hear the person that is the head of the whole stream, and she's going to sit up there and say like it's a galaxy for a question. Let me just let y'all know this. For folks out there, if y'all ever want to start social media, let's say like TikTok or something like that, don't do like she's doing. Don't sit up there and be like, yo, anytime anybody want to ask a question, if you want to ask something to the moderators, if you want to ask something to the head of the channel, if you want to ask a question to anybody in the comment section, you got to pay $10. That's the most ridiculous for me. That's broke behavior. I'm just gonna be real, because you want dialogue, you want a conversation, you want consistent energy. If you decide that you want to interrupt because you're not making money, because people want to talk and ask questions, like, yo, you need to set this up some other type of way, because that's crazy. I've never in my life, that part amongst the other women sitting up there saying stop birthing boys, that was the most annoying part to me out of that whole live stream, which is the woman getting mad because people are not paying $10 so that they can ask a question. Brother, who's about to keep doing that every single time? And again, you're messing up the whole like motion and the energy of the whole conversation with that. And when I was looking at this live stream, I'm like, yo, this is exactly why your live stream is staying directly at a certain amount when it deals with this conversation, because it's like y'all trying to really control every single thing, and it's like that's not how that works. But let's continue.
And
Hey,
for
go
what
for it, go for
here
it, go
is
for it,
y'all
go
don't
for it.
sound like fucking leaders. That's what it is. Y'all not natural born leaders.
Go
So
for it.
stop saying that y'all leaders and providers, because y'all not. That doesn't sound like natural leaders and providers. It doesn't. That's why I say men are not providers.
You
Y'all
don't have
not
a
leaders.
man.
Y'all
Hey,
Are you
call.
talking?
you can't say that a man is not a
You're gonna.
provider
You
because
know
we
what?
don't want to
Women should
provide
not even
for children that's not
You're
our
gonna stay
kids.
single.
period.
You're just petty.
Whoa, she said women shouldn't even have y'all in the homes, period, because y'all not even providers. What? This is like, yo, this is why I set up there and said that in a lot of instances, there are certain people out here that just should not be online. Like this woman is speaking so much ignorance, it's baffling, because you're stating that men are providers in what way? If a dude is there and he's helping you basically take care of your kids or whatnot or whatever, it shouldn't be an issue. But you're saying that just in general, men shouldn't even be in a home because they're not providers, because you're going off of what you're hearing from very specific men on a panel. That doesn't even make any type of sense. Like, that leap in generalizations is crazy and insane to me. Like, that's going beyond somebody that was hurting a relationship. Again, if you're hurting a relationship, that has to do with you, because the only way that somebody can get to you is if you allow them to get to you. And those are facts. The only way that a woman can get pregnant is if a woman decided that, hey, I want to sit up and have consensual relations directly with this dude, and we're going to sit up to do it. Again, I'm not listing extenuating circumstances. I'm talking basic everyday, like, hey, somebody met at a club, somebody met directly at the farmer's market, somebody went to the market, somebody met on a job, somebody met on a date. I'm talking about basic everyday stuff. I'm not talking about no extenuating circumstances, because I know how a lot of people start getting into their feelings when this conversation start happening. In basic everyday means, the only way that a man can sit up there and get a woman pregnant is by two people consensually lying down together and having relations in order to produce that kid. So again, if women ended up in a relationship with a dude and that dude sat up there and hurt her, you got to sit up there and look at yourself. Just like I've stated for me, there's been times I've been in a relationship and I've been hurt. I got to sit up there and look at myself. I can't sit up there and, oh yeah, I'm going to put 100% directly on this woman. Nah, that don't make no type of sense. How am I going to sit up there and take responsibility from me being directly in that relationship if I chose to basically be with that person and more than likely chose not to look at the red flags and all this other stuff? Like I said before, like, yo, like I keep saying, I get tired of a lot of people want to run from responsibility and they just always want to shift 100% on everybody else. Like the woman yelling directly from this live stream, she's shifting every single bit of responsibility directly on men and only men. But I'm like, you are part of those relationships. You are part of those one night stands. You are part of those failed relationships. What role did you specifically play? How did you specifically fail in that relationship? What did you fail to do when it dealt with you evolving in order to become better? Right? But, you know, let's keep going.
Y'all don't even see. Y'all lack of fucking empathy. That's
we don't have to provide for your children, lady. We don't know you don't know your kids. We don't have to provide for them.
Right, because you're not leaders. That's the thing.
No, it ain't the fact that we not leaders. They got a daddy. If they got a daddy, we don't have to.
Don't you know what, guys? Don't even argue. Don't even talk to this woman no more. She crazy.
She hate her daddy.
Hey, you spazzing out, man. Somebody touch her phone for real.
Her daddy
Come on, brothers. If we sit here and argue with a woman, we know better than she is. If we sit up, listen, brothers. If we sit up here and argue with this sister, we know better than she is. Just let her crash.
Yeah, let me crash out, right?
Like a 747.
Down as single mothers.
Nobody not down to single mothers. What I clearly said, I'm not going to deal with no woman who has children and their dad is not in their life.
Ain't nobody take care of your children. You lay down and hang with somebody else.
If you sitting up here producing single mothers, then y'all should not be able to have the
take care of your kids, but if you tell your
babies.
child stop cussing, you want to cuss us out. Well, how that work?
Hey, come on. I'm all about
cussing and
respect.
running your
We don't
mouth.
even know each other.
You want us to step in and take care of your kids and pay bills and stuff, but if we step in as a man and try to be a leader and say, hey, little dad, you need to start picking up your own clothes behind yourself instead of having your mama come here and picking up your clothes. That y'all stepping. You don't tell my child to do. Help you and your child.
Now he listed something that was completely factual. And again, there were other women directly on the panel and they didn't say nothing about that. And this is factual because I've seen this before. You'll have dudes that will sit up there and be with a woman who has a kid or kids, and the dude will be like, all right, let me just, step into the role to try to, help out and try to, put law directly down. It'd be like, yo, little man, come pick up your toys and your clothes. Like your mama ain't supposed to do it. You old enough, come pick this stuff up. If you old enough to sit up there and, put this directly on the floor and out of your toy box, your toy chest, you old enough to sit up there and put it back. Your mom shouldn't have to sit up there and keep cleaning directly up after you. And you'll have all these women up out here, they'll be like, yo, you don't sit up there and talk to my kid like that. You're not their father. Who do you think you are? This, that, and the third. You don't run nothing out here. If I want my kid to sit up there and do this and that, then I'll tell them to do it. Like, you don't worry about that. But I'm like, and again, this is why a lot of dudes don't be stepping in. Because there's like too much red tape. You got to walk on eggshells. You got to do so many other things. But yet the main person that can walk directly in and out of that family's life is the one that put that family in that situation, which is the man that woman decided to sit up there and deal with. She ain't going to make those rules for that dude. She ain't going to make him sit up there and walk on eggshells and this, that, and the third. He can be a father whenever he wants to, and he can clock out whenever he wants to. Crazy work. You want to make laws on those who actually want to be there and help you out, but you don't want to put no laws in place for the ones that put you directly in the situation that you're currently in as a woman. Wild work. Well, let's keep going.
That's how I talk to him.
I don't give a fuck how you
I know you don't. We can tell you don't care about nothing. We can tell you don't care about nothing.
The lady said stop cussing. You can't even respect the panel. You can't even listen.
You're
Here we go.
conquered.
Masculinity at its finest.
You can't even respect the panel.
Come on now. Hold on. Light, please don't tell her that she can't respect the panel when you haven't respected the panel. You can't even send a $10 galaxy and you keep asking questions. So please don't do that.
So the woman that you heard there, she is both a moderator and she is the person that basically made the whole live stream. She's the one that put the what's the name directly on a prompt, posing a question: should single mothers date? And you heard what she said, right? Now remember, the same woman yelling was the same one sitting up there saying that we need to stop birthing these black men out here. We need to stop birthing these black boys and get rid of these black boys and all of that and all this other, right? Saying all of that nonsense. The moderator didn't that woman over the channel. She didn't step in to say nothing. She said zero. She just let that woman rock out. She just let her say whatever it is that she wanted to sit up and say when it dealt with men. But then when it came into one of the guys saying that, yo, this woman Yella is not even, respecting the panel or whatever it was. Now she want to chime in, but you shouldn't be saying that because you ain't respect nobody. And plus, I keep telling y'all 99 times, if you want to ask a question, then you need to, put $10 directly into the chat. What? Like I said, it's straight bird behavior. Bird behavior directly out here. 100%. But let's keep going. Whoops. Hold on.
You can't stop cussing. You can't even respect the panel. You can't even listen.
You're conquered.
Masculinity at its finest.
You can't even respect the panel.
Hold on. Light, please don't tell her that she can't respect the panel when you haven't respected the panel. You can't even send a $10 galaxy and you keep asking questions. So please don't do that. Can everyone please share the live, repost the live, and grab a daily heart me? We're going to continue open panel. I guess Ken has landed. I'm not sure. But I'm going to move on. We're going to go ahead and restart open panel. Let's start open panel with Bila. Please don't be a question unless you got a galaxy.
Understood. I find it very unfortunate that as women and men, not only on this panel, that we can't have conversations where men actually listen to us. Because you say you're attracted to women, but yet when women tell you how hurt they are, because when you're listening, this is a woman that's talking. Don't mind she's angry or frustrated, whatever expression that she's having right now. She's a woman. And she's telling you what most women feel. And you guys aren't listening. So I find it very disingenuous for you guys as men to stay there and be talking about, oh, brothers, listen, brothers. And yeah, brothers what? Are you going to date brother? Are you going to date your fellow brother? Listen to the woman.
What?
She's expressing to you how most women feel. And these Misha's ladies are telling you, no, a guy is free to not date single mothers. Yeah, but when it happens to you, what are you going to say? A woman becomes a single mother at any point in time. A man can die. A man can be sick. And you know very well that we will stay with that man until the end. But if we get sick, guess what? Man is gone. We become a single mother. So listen to the ladies if you're actually attracted to women.
Brother, what?
She done?
She said a bad word.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, that lady that she talked about listen.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Dom, share the live out. Everyone on the panel haven't shared the live out. I'm not sure why Kalesi was dropped. Maybe she asked to be dropped. But Billa, they're resetting you because you keep saying the D word. But you can come back up.
So basically how TikTok works is if you say certain words, like even if you say die, automatically, I guess TikTok, it does something with the algorithm and they just like knock you offline and then let you get back. Like TikTok is stupid. From all of the simple words that people say every day that you can't really use, and you got to come up with this whole other language just to monitor what it is that you're saying. It's ridiculous. I just want to put that directly out there. That's probably one of the reasons I haven't really gone live on TikTok, because I don't really feel like dealing with that, because I'm like, that's just doing too much. I already got to do enough here, and you got to do 1,000 over there, which is crazy. But if you notice, the Caribbean woman there, island woman, whatever you want to associate with her, she wanted to throw shots directly at the men there, basically trying to insinuate that they must be either gay or you might not actually like women because of the conversation of men and having a preference of not wanting to date a woman with kids. Nobody says this when women on all of these Red Balloon Pops or any of these other shows basically say that they can't deal with a guy that has kids. And they be like, well, I don't want to deal with the baby mama drama and everything that comes with it. Guys ain't taking shots at them. Guys ain't sitting up there, oh, you ain't a real woman because you don't want to sit up there and be with a man that got kids. Like you ain't really motherly and you ain't really guys ain't sitting. It's like, all right, it's whatever, it's cool. I understand. It be like that. But now when it deals with this whole prompt that's up there, the question that's being asked, you got all of these women up here getting in their feelings, getting offended. They want to start yelling. They want to start throwing shots. They want to say that men shouldn't exist and get rid of the black boys out here and all that. Like a whole bunch of crazy stuff, which makes no type of sense at all. But whatever. Let's keep going.
But yeah, it's still open panel. Dom, I'm gonna be with you in a moment.
Awesome stuff there, Bella.
Y'all don't want to chime in? I said it's still open panel.
Well, that lady just got up here and said that we sitting there insulting her and we should listen to her. But what she was saying, she was disrespecting that guy, talking about he should have been swallowed and everything else. So why should we sit back and listen to that? Talk about we need to listen to her because she's speaking for a lot of you guys, women, and what you guys, what y'all thought bases are. That's not true. It's over 4 billion women on this earth. A man has the right to choose if he want to date a woman with kids or not. Point blank, period. He don't have to. He don't have to. And I pretty much. Any chick that got kids or got a son, if he walk up to her and say, hey, I like this girl, but she got 2 kids and he around 18, 19, 20 years old, she gonna say the same thing.
1 second, Ken.
Yeah, and your mama should have swallowed you.
Hold on, man. Wow. You can start us.
The butthurt about that, I don't even think none of y'all guys should even be here in the first place.
Wow.
Yeah, you damn right. I said your mother should have swallowed you because y'all not worthy to even be here, to be up on this earth, period. See, the thing about it is y'all have this ugly reason for hold on, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Go to somebody else.
Yeah, I think it's funny how women would like they would rather you not be alive if you're not gonna date them because they're single.
Wait, hold on, Dom. Poe Mac, they got you home with a galaxy. Again, Poe Mac, they got you with a galaxy. If anybody wants to save him, send 2 galaxies. Go ahead, Dom.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Like they would rather you just not be on Earth if you're not gonna date them because they got kids. Like, bro, you can find someone to date you.
And that was pretty much well, that was at least it for that clip. I got 3 or 4 more clips, but this is just the main one that I wanted to list. Like I said, the whole conversation for me was just stupid because everybody has preferences. Women specifically have preferences and the types of guys that they want to date and all of these things. I even got videos up here where women have stated that the guy that they're married to is not even like their preference, didn't even find the guy attractive. And I'm like, that's some crazy that hold on, let me see if I can find that video. I'm just gonna add that directly up here. Because like I said, some of the stuff that people be saying out here, I just is brother. Let me see if I could find that clip directly up here. Like I said, some of the stuff that that people are talking about is insane. Insane. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about that the whole conversation. Let me know. Trying to look for this video real quick. You know, matter of fact, I might not have it up here. Let me see. That's one about Zeus Network. White folks in Africa. Where is the lady that was cooking with her husband and said her husband was not her type? Might not have it directly. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can actually get it real quick. Let me see. Go to profile. I think was it. Let me see if I might have it in liked videos. Nope. Let me see favorites. Wow, that's wild. me see. Is TikTok broken? Okay, there we go. Let me see. All right, let me see. I might just have to type it in potentially. Yep. I'm just going to type it in. That's what we're going to do. All right. Let me see. Here we go. Okay. So found a video real quick. Just had to type it in. It does have a little bit of music to it, but it'll be like that if something happens. We'll just figure it out a little bit later. Waiting for it to download real quick. All right, so let's just look at this. Let me just make sure it's the right one. Right there.
You feel like it's your type, keep you from what God has for you. When I first met Jonathan, he was absolutely not my type. From the way he wore his clothes to the way he wore his hair. He was attractive, but not someone I would typically talk to. I had been through so much hurt and pain over the years, though, I really had to sit back with myself and be like, okay, my type always hurts me. My type keeps disappointing me. And that's when I began praying the prayer that everyone keeps asking me for. I didn't pray for a specific type of man. I prayed for myself. I prayed for God to heal my heart from the past pain that I have experienced with the ones that I chose. I prayed for God to open my heart and my spirit to the one that he actually chooses for me. I prayed for guidance and remaining ready spiritually, mentally, and emotionally for that person when that person meets me. Just remember, you can't grow a family with a beard. You can't build a legacy with clothes. You can't pray alongside of a haircut. Skin complexion won't bring you peace throughout pregnancy. Height won't bring you joy and laughter when life is spiraling out of control. So just remember, who God has for you, he designed to get you through the days that God sees coming, the days that you don't know about just yet. So don't let what you feel like that should look like keep you from all God has for you on the other side of that love man.
So again, lady here basically said that the dude to the left of the screen was not her type. She didn't like the way he basically looked, hair, and all that other type of stuff. But I'm like, if I'm thinking about all the conversations that I've heard women say, wouldn't that, if she's not with her type, with what she deems to be attractive, wouldn't this be her settling and dating down? Isn't this what a lot of women are basically against? But that's what she specifically did. And normally, if you hear conversations of women are like, well, if a man settles or quote unquote dates down or whatever, he doesn't actually love that woman. So within that same context of listening to women that are on their own platforms during live streams and they're saying this out there to the public, wouldn't that then mean, if I'm using the same logic that women spread online, wouldn't that then mean that this woman who is married to this man doesn't actually love this man? I'm just trying to figure that out. Just trying to figure it out. Some crazy work. Me, myself, and I, Mo. Me, myself, and I. What is third? I said, so he was a big head rebound relationship. I guess so. Because you heard her. She was like, hey, my type has basically done this. He's hurt me and da da da. But I'm like, as a grown woman that you are, you mean to tell me that after this happened once, you didn't learn from that? You just allowed it to happen like 99 different times and you expected your type to basically be different? The better question that I have is specifically, what directly is your type? Just saying. What was it? Malu, I want to say Strande. If I'm pronouncing that right. If I butcher your name, my apologies. You said, or maybe she was not his type 100%, but she can cook though. See, the cooking thing, it don't even matter. If you're basically saying that the person that you with ain't even like your type or whatnot, I'm like, this is just like, it shouldn't be working. Because I'm like, for me, I'm like, that's disrespectful. Because I put it to you like this, for any woman directly out there. Imagine if this was the reverse. Imagine this man in a corner was cooking, and he sat up there and said that he basically settled because the women that were his type kept doing him wrong. So he found this woman. The way that her hair is, it's not really his type. The way that she dresses is not his type. But he sat up there and still just went with it, and it made it do what it do. Imagine how women would perceive the view of that guy in this whole relationship. Women in the comment section will be telling that woman to run. They'll be telling that woman he don't really love you, and I hope you don't have kids with him because he's probably not going to be a great father, and all this other type of stuff, and yada yada yada. And why would you be with a woman that's not your type? And like I said, it'd be a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But when it's a woman basically saying this, like, don't nobody, really got nothing to say. Let me see if I can look through the comment section. Looking through the comment sections. Oh, the video only got like a few views. Well, no. I got 2.5, but then 27 comments. Let me see. Do we got another version where it received more comments possibly? Nope. This one only got 8. Somebody said fives don't like fives. Another person in the comment section said, this is good. When I met my husband, I wasn't even looking for anything, but I think God sent him to me exactly when I needed him. But that's different. You're specifically not specifying what it is that you're looking for, and then you were blessed that somebody who was good for you ended up, directly in your line of view, and it worked out. Again, this woman specifically stated that she has a type that she loves and that she likes, that she's infatuated with, that she would actually rather be with. I'm pretty sure that if she was able to find her type that was actually a decent dude, she would not be with this dude. And that's no disrespect to the guy that she's married with. It just is what it is. A lot of women out here would rather be dating or married directly to their type versus anybody else. 9 times out of 10, if you look at a lot of guys are like, hey, if whatever works is basically whatever works. Guys ain't about to sit up there and be like trying to hold down. I'm like, yo, no, I need this type to, in order to get married, in order to sit up there and like have, this type of relationship and yada, 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 and all this other. Nah, guys will be like, all right, whatever works. Like I said, that for me, I just felt like that whole conversation was crazy. There was another conversation that fits directly within this. I'm not sure if I have the video for it at this moment, though. Let me see. That's from today. This is yesterday. Wouldn't sign $1 billion deal. There was another video that technically fits within this. Let me, if I can find the other one real quick. Can I do it? So, what was this video? Oh yeah. I can throw her directly up here. Why not?
Pisses me off more than when a man that looks like the shit on the bottom of my shoe is like, hey, can I take you out? Now, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I know I ain't ugly. Where the fuck did you get that idea that I would actually go out with you?
So you heard that, right? She says she gets offended when guys that she don't deem to be attractive or that she considers ugly comes up to her and they proceed to throw caution to the wind in any of their feelings to attempt to ask her directly out on a date. And she gets offended. But you should be more offended that the guys that you specifically, as the woman that you are, that you know how it is that you look, you should be more offended that the guys that you specifically are interested in aren't asking you on dates. You should want to question that, because I'm pretty sure that there are guys out there that she is specifically chasing and wants to attract, but those guys are not attracted to her. But she's not offended by that, though. She's not curious as why that is. But if there are guys that she deems to be ugly, right? She's like, yeah, get away from me. You're basically what's on the bottom of my shoe. And people wonder why it is that a lot of guys aren't really caring about like dating, relationships, going out to clubs and doing all this other type of stuff. It's because they can see videos like this from women that they would deem to be attractive and would actually want to go out on, on a date with. And you see the women like that just out here talking. And then you'll look in the comment section and you'll see thousands of other women co-signing exactly what this woman is sitting up here saying. Yeah. That's some crazy work. That is diabolical. Diabolical. Next video that we got, because I'm not sure if I can actually get y'all the other one. It should be this one here. Wait, was that the other video? No. Okay, that was informational video. This one.
How I went to singles night at church, and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, or even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes, literally African-American women. Like, a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like assimilation. Is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low-key, like nervous, like for us. Wish shit for myself, fuck y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. We know where they at.
Right. So at one point, she wanted to sit up there and say that she's highly concerned that she was at church and there was a lot of single black women directly out there, and she's really concerned for black women. And I'm like, how are you concerned? Because as a content creator, somebody who has to literally inundate themselves with fields of content, even stuff that I don't even want to know anything about. I listen to a lot of women directly out here online, and I go directly to their platforms and I sit there in silence and I listen. I don't try to debate them, don't even try to have a conversation. I'm just there to listen and to observe people in their natural habitat, right? How it is that they naturally feel about men, society, and all of these things, uninterrupted. And what I've learned, especially on these platforms, is that you have a lot of women that would be like her over the years that have told black men, like, hey, we're not interested. We're not trying to sit up there and date you. Stop coming up to us. Stop, asking us questions. Stop saying hi. Stop saying hello. Stop giving good morning. Stop calling us queen. Stop saying hello, goddess. Stop giving us all of these pet names. Stop calling us cute. Stop calling us beautiful. Don't speak to us unless we told you to speak to us. Don't try to help us. We're independent. We don't need your help. And it, like I said, it's a variety of things that are negative. In that, because all of these things have been taking place, you have now been watching videos where women have gone to outings and clubs where they're complaining that the dudes ain't even trying to come up to them. The women are like, hey, you see how we dressed? We're in the club, we're in our section, we're dressed beautifully and all this other type of stuff. And the men are not even trying to buy us drinks. They're not even trying to come up and talk to us to ask us to dance or even have a conversation. It's because on social media, the main thing that women have been screaming about is that men are the problem, men are the problem, men are the problem, men are the problem, men are the problem. Leave women alone, leave women alone, leave women alone, leave women alone. Don't talk to us, don't talk to us, don't talk to us, don't talk to us. Right? That's been the main thing. And a lot of women have stated that, oh, men don't listen. Men don't listen to us. Whenever we tell y'all not to do something, men don't listen to us. So the men have been listening. So now when the men listen, and you can clearly see that the men have been listening, now it's a problem and it's the man's fault. I'm a little bit confused. And then on top of the fact that she's at church now, and I want to remind people that a lot of black men have been not in the church in a very long time, for maybe over like 20 years. I'll put it like, men really have not been, in the church like that, right? So since that has been happening, you've had more women basically take up and fill in the seats. So now her being a churchgoer, she's like, yo, where are all of the men at and all this other type of stuff? Obviously, the men are not there. They're obviously working or at home. They're doing something else other than just sitting there being in church and giving over all of their money directly to the pastor, right? And then she wanted to say, oh, but where are the men at? And she was like, never mind, we know where the men are. I'm getting tired of every single time that this conversation is being had, that you got a woman like this that want to pull up and try to insinuate that men are basically gay every single time. every single time. Because looking back at that video, I was able to spot some men directly within the congregation, amongst the flock. But I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, a shot in the dark. I'm guessing that the men that were there are not her type, so they're invisible to her and they're not attractive. So because they're not attractive, they're invisible and they don't count. Like I said, people create their own problems. People create their own problems. Mm, mm, mm. That is diabolical. That is 100%. And as I told people before, a lot of these conversations, she's more than likely, probably, I'm going to say in her 30s, possibly. This is going to be going directly from those in the 30s, hearing this, taking this on as Bible talk. And then you're going to have those in their 20s taking this on as Bible talk. And then you're going to have teenagers taking this on as Bible talk, basically believing this. Like I said, it's going to be an endless chain that's going to be happening. That's going to go all through the various generations and how it is that they're going to deem and seem both the older men, the younger black men, the teenagers, and the boys directly out here. Like I said, it's all bad. It is all bad. 100%. Somebody said men cannot truly love. They have to save love for themselves because you're probably being used, or she can hurt or misuse you at any time while society cheers. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think it might have been the wording that probably threw me off. That's crazy. Let me see. Somebody said I'm not trying to summon demons by trying to date and try. Like I said, that is crazy. What was it? Somebody said, "Hello, says you completely ignored us on the question." Nope, I answered the question. I completely answered the question earlier. Somebody said, "What's wrong with a criminal record?" I'm highly confused. This man both said he gaslit, said y'all ain't hear nothing. I never said that. Tippy said, "I think men want to fight a wait. You said I think men want to find a hot girl to have relations with and benefits, and that is it. Not all, but the majority of them, because they don't want to get married. But that's creating broken homes, and that is unfortunate." The main thing I said, Tippy, is that when it deals with that, is that folks out here got to take responsibility, specifically on the relationship. And at any moment in time that both parties decide that, all right, we're going to decide a one night stand or whatnot or whatever, it's on both parties to deal with that situation. Realistically, I'm not even going to sit up there and be like, it's a one sided. Nah, it's both parties. 100%. Somebody said Jason, unless she was falsely arrested. Sham said, I don't know when men left the church. I left too because it meant something wrong in the Lord's house. Doesn't change my faith, but I didn't want to be there when it hits the fan. Sham said, LOL. Who heard him answer the question? Gail, who he say, because was you here longer than Gail said, y'all wild in chat. Jason said, no, I did. My crime ain't no false arrest right here. Wait, wasn't that a dude say you got a criminal record? Oh, let me scroll back up real quick. Let me see. Where was that comment? Let me roll back up real quick. Yeah, I could have swore I saw somebody say something about a criminal record. Yeah, said what's wrong with a criminal record. I'm a little bit confused on that. That I said you're totally ignoring. My good dude said bad boy comments. Said, me, myself, and I is not an answer. Nothing else that I said. Take your credit. Maul said the record is a no go. Sham said, "Oh, he's trying to hide the fourth wife from us." LOL. He's speaking into the room. Oh, that's crazy. Freedom said third, just like women have images of herself with other men and asking for marriage for the first time while not being a virgin. It's crazy work. But yeah, like I said, the whole conversation is all over the place and crazy when it deals with relationships, when it deals with marriage, when it deals with how people want to specifically um, perceive certain things, when it deals between men and women. Like I said, if women have the selective preference and like, hey, I don't want to deal with a dude that is a single parent, then a guy can obviously say the same thing. And if a dude ain't taking offense, women should not take offense. It shouldn't even be some type of like argument or whatnot or whatever. And probably what I will do is the other portion of the conversation that I didn't put up here, I'll have that up here for you guys at as a single form video. Even though I've been trying to stay away from this stuff for quite some time, the brain rot. Dear God. Dear God. This is why I got to stay off of away from those lives a lot of times because I'm like, yeah, it ain't nothing here. Ain't nothing happening. And then the killing part about a lot of these conversations is that none of these folks ever have solutions to any of these things. Like whenever they bring up these topics about men and women, nobody ever brings up solutions. It's a forever, merry-go-round circle on just people just sitting up here talking, which is crazy to me. Wild. Let me see. That's crazy. To be said, if men don't want to get married, women should stay virgins or celibate. Why have high body counts? Because women are going to get labeled as a garden tool. Miles said, I'm not going to date conservative 100%. We would not match. Yo, Hack, what is up? What is up? What is up? Tippy said he never answered the question. I did. Miles said, Tippy is, it's not women's fault that men confuse body counts with relations for money. Sham said he answered it. He got a fourth wife there. Well, it was what he did not gave the answer. Said Gail said Tippy agreed. Mo said yep. Could read my own comments out loud. Crazy work. But yeah. Anyways, that was pretty much it. We've been going for about a good 2 hours and 2 minutes directly on this topic. We're going to pretty much go back to your scheduled daily program, either dealing with immigrants saying whatever about Black Americans and possibly potentially some things dealing with Trump, depending on what's specifically going on out there, and maybe some other things as well for some videos that will come up throughout the week. So as always, much love, respect, and appreciation. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to, as D Money would say, to the regulars directly out here. Shout out to anybody who has donated directly to the channel. Shout out to Tippy for actually technically being directly on time because she was not on time for the last live stream. That's why, like I told Tippy in the comment section, I had to sit up there and call her out. Shout out to anybody that's part of the Patreon. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the trolls, and shout out to any of the new subscribers, I want to say, from the last live stream. Much love, respect, and appreciation. And I would not be able to do what it is that I do without people like you. But anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video and or live stream. Peace out. Wait, what did he say? He said that was not 2 hours. It was 2 hours. I'm looking directly at the timer. It says 2 hours and 4 minutes, and it's still counting. Just saying. What was it? 1461 said, real talk, us bros and ladies need to look at ourselves. I love my sisters, but marriage is not for me right now. Both should mature and take accountability. See, I like that. Like, that's somebody being directly honest about, the situation, and not specifically, placing it on, one side. I respect that. That's dope. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now y'all got Sham sitting up there doing the same thing. Wild. Tippy said, go to the next video. There are no other videos, Tippy. Yo, it's like you said you time ago. That's wild. Sham said, you owe us an hour. What you mean owe us an hour? I was up here for 2 hours. What y'all talking about? Mo was like, get some cough medicine. Tippy said, this guy is lying. It ain't been 2 hours. It has. Tippy, I'm looking directly at the counter. Even if let me just do it like this. Let me go to the background on the live stream here. Wait, let me refresh this because it's not properly showing up. Let me just do that. Dun, 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 dun. Gotta wait for that to populate. Shout out to the over probably like 600 that's currently here on the platform at the moment. Shout out to y'all. Analytics. What does it say? The time for the channel? Let me see. Viewers, stream health. They really don't give you the time in the background? I mean, technically they do. So the stream started at about like 11:40, and it is now 11:20. Wait, no. Yeah, 11:27. Yeah. Sham was like 2 hours news time when I were talking time with Seji. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Let me tell y'all something. What did Tippy say? You owe us Resident Evil 9 gameplay? Tippy, we don't got no Resident Evil take money. First of all, don't nobody got no Resident Evil money. And then on top of that, that'll be for a whole different channel, because I think that might throw off the analytics, for the channel and whatnot. Because I usually try to keep everything. You already noticed, Tippy, I try to keep everything within at least like a certain realm. So if we happen to talk about some entertainment stuff, dealing with celebrities, we happen to talk about, politics and, race relations, and all that type of good stuff, usually try to leave it specifically in that area, so that the algorithm, won't be confused, or whatever, AI or whatever's running it. Talking about, go to the next video. There is no other video, Tipping. Those were the only videos that I had. I had the 8+ minute video with the Nicki Minaj, whole deal, and then the Deon Cole video, and then the 3 videos that I showed directly off here, and then reading off the comments. That was pretty much it. Tippy was like, I came here at 10:20 a.m., I believe. Sham said, LOL, I got a question. Since black men left the church, what do they do to keep up their spiritual self? I mean, I don't know. I would say that you would just have folks, they would just have their personal conversations with God or whoever it is that they believe in. The main thing that I understood when going to church is that they stated that your body is, well, at least from what the pastor said, is that your body is a temple, and that as a temple, you should keep your body clean of a lot of trash. So you're not going to, smoke, drink, and all that other type of stuff and whatnot or whatever. So, that's a lot of stuff that I stay directly back from, and and don't do. So, I figure, at least going by the example that I know, maybe that's what a lot of other guys basically do, or they take their time and do whatever it is that they need to do. Somebody said what? Oh, somebody trying to get banned real quick. No problem, buddy. Ban. Let me see. Oops. The comments actually move. Wow. I had to ban that dude real quick. I'm not doing that one. I was trying to sit up there and ban somebody and almost clicked on third by mistake. Dude sitting up there talking crazy in the comment section for like no reason. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. We actually did. I think one person got banned, and I think Sham did that. I'm not even sure what they said. I didn't even see it, but yeah, this other person just pulled up and said talking crazy. Yeah, we ain't doing that. That dude, Sergio, is out of here. Out of here. That's crazy. We'll say I don't got no time for his day ones anymore. That's wild. Thought it said spirituality is confined to brick and mortar. It's always more always saying something. Let me see. All y'all instigators, straight instigators. I swear to goodness. Diabolical. Diabolical. But yeah, love y'all. I'll sit up there and catch y'all in the next video and or live stream. Also, shout out to the 9 folks that pulled up to the previous live stream and left comments. Shout out to y'all, and also shout out to all of those who've been showing up to the videos over the last 2 weeks. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Highly, highly much appreciated. And also shout out for the conversations in the comment section, and also shout out to the shares as well. Like I said, much love, respect, and appreciation. Wouldn't be able to do everything that I'm able to do if it were not for people like you. So, all right. Peace out.